My name is Rideshare Sean. I've been with Uber for over 7 years. I have driven for Uber, rideshare only, for over 6 years. So I have been around the block a couple times. I've driven a couple trips. I don't know. I think it's over 10,000 trips or something. I don't know that I drove. But that's a lot of trips, and those are not little trips. I mean, there's like the rideshare guy. He's like up at like 30,000, and Jake Crowder, and he's like up at 20,000 rides. That those are a lot of trips. The thing is that the trips that I take, that I accept, they're quality trips. They're long trips, trips that go across multiple counties that are like 30 and 40 and $50. And when in Uber, those kind of trips, those are big trips. Anything over $20, I mean, anything over $10 really is a big trip. Uber pays very, very little. They used to pay a lot. Now they try to see how little they can pay drivers. There's a lot of risk. If you're an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, there is a lot of risk and there is very little reward. And Uber and Lyft does this also. They try to see how much they can extract from the driver. There's a lot of risk, and Uber takes very little of that risk, and the driver of the rideshare vehicle takes a lot of that risk. I mean, a very lot. They, for a little, very little bit of money. I mean, like, it was when I first started in 2018, it was like 90 cents a mile, I think, or something like that. I don't know. But it's not even close to half of that now. I mean, Uber and Lyft both pay drivers are very little. They don't care about the drivers. They're absolutely trying to get rid of the drivers. I did not know this because I live in Florida, but in California, there's driverless cars everywhere. They're everywhere in California, and they're not that popular here in Florida, so I did not know. But that is the reason why Uber pays the driver so little. They Uber and Lyft both, and all these rideshare companies, they really don't care about the driver. They don't. They just don't care. There's a lot of risk that is taken on by the driver, and I would say, like, if I requested an Uber or a Lyft, I check both the apps, and whichever one is cheaper, I go with them. I don't care if it's a penny cheaper. I go with the one that's cheaper. Period. End of discussion. Sometimes it's Lyft, sometimes it's Uber. Whoever is cheaper, I just do not care. But those are the rides that I go with. Those are the people that I go with. And there will be a time when you hail a ride, or when I hail a ride, and then a car just pulls up and there's no driver in it at all. I would imagine that you would get some type of notification ahead of time that there won't be a driver in the vehicle that comes to get you. I would assume that there would be some type of notification that happens, but then again, I don't know. It's very popular, so that might not happen. I have no idea. I just don't know. I do know this though. Another thing, everybody should do this, not just drivers, but everybody should do this. Everybody should meditate every day. It's extremely powerful. The only requirement for meditation is that you are undisturbed. Number one, that is completely silent. Number two, I think that goes along with number one, and that you are completely still. I do 30 minutes of meditation every single day. I do it laying down. If like as soon as I wake up, I do it. Like a lot of people, they, do this thing where their hands are like this and they're sitting up. You don't have to do that to get benefits of it, because I'm like at 15 months now and I meditate every day. I used to meditate every day before I would go driving for the day. And when I meditated, I would get the longest and biggest trips. When I forgot to meditate, because that does happen sometimes, I wouldn't get big trips. I started noticing that happening. I started noticing a lot of good things would happen when I remembered to meditate. So now I remember to meditate every single day, and it's huge. So a lot of people pray, and praying is similar to meditating. The key is that you're quiet and that you're undisturbed, whatever it is that you do. If you pray or if you meditate, I meditate every day and it's extremely powerful. I use Boho, beautiful meditation on YouTube, and I watch on that TV right there every single day, and it's extremely powerful. Everything that I have is really old and it has not broken yet, and I hope that it holds out until I have enough money to replace everything. I know that things that I have are very old and they're going to break eventually. I know that is going to happen, and I just hope that they hold out until I have enough money to replace them, because right now I'm very broke. The other thing that I do, there's a couple, I'm very broke right now, but even when I'm not broke, I'm extremely cheap. And one of the ways that I get by is, from being from really cheap is fasting, which is absolutely free and is very good for you. And sleeping as much as possible is also tremendously good for you. And the diet, the food that you eat is also really, really, you need to make sure the food that you put in your mouth is very good for you and very nutritious. And if you do those three things, you can stay away from the hospital, and the hospital bills that come to you are astronomical. They are just huge. So if you can stay away from those three things, I mean, if you do those three things, you can stay away from the hospital. Also, stay away from the courts. They're extremely expensive. Stay away from lawyers. They're very expensive. And also, labor is very expensive. So when you're driving rideshare, you will notice that driving rideshare is all about money. It's a money industry. Transportation is a money thing, completely a money thing. So if you can stay away from those three things, or do those three things, eat nutritious food, sleep as well as possible, and meditate as much as possible. If